Welcome to Through It All, I've Got You with Mark and Sharanda. We're on season 2, episode 6. And we're going to talk a little bit about what would you do or what would you tell yourself, your single self. Yeah, your single self now that you've been married. And we had a person ask us that question and asked us to record that. So that's what we're going to talk about tonight is what would you tell your single self
before marriage.
So, how are you doing tonight, baby?
I'm doing well. How about you?
Doing well. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year to you.
We're looking forward to this new year in 2026 and continually down this path, down this journey, as well as all our other endeavors with real estate and whatever else comes our way. I always say if you're looking to buy or sell a home or looking to invest in a home, please look us up. Send us an email, write us a comment. You can email us at mark.brooks@exprealty.com and
Sharanda.brooks@exprealty.com.
How you spell that, Sharanda?
My first name?
Yes, Sharanda.
Suranda.
You say that in a different rhythm, like supposed to do like S-U-R.
No, everyone always gets mixed up when I say S-U-R. They're like, what? S-H-A? I was like, I didn't say anything about an H.
S-H-A.
So I had to, right. They'd be like, S-H. I'm like, nope. They get confused. So I say it slow, S-U-R-A-N-D-A.
Okay. All right, Miss Sharanda. Or brooksrealtygroup.com. You can look us up there. Happy to help North and South Carolina. All right, so now that we got that
our public announcement out the way.
Thank you. Yes. Hey, do you remember back in the day? This is aging us a little bit, and we'll see who remembers this. If you could stay up that late, do you remember when the TV went off?
Yep.
There was nothing playing anymore.
Nope, it was just the black, the red, whatever the screen thingy was that went off at the end. Yep, absolutely.
Kids now don't know nothing about that, but I remember that TV watching you at the end of the night.
Right, now they have shows that go on and go on all night.
All night long.
Yeah.
All night long. Who remembers that? Put that in the comments if you remember when the TV used to go off. What time was it?
I'd have no idea. I don't remember that.
Yeah, I don't remember that either. Something else, as we're talking about this, going back. Remember the long telephone cord?
Yes.
You had the, I don't know how many telephones you had in the house, but you had the long cord that would wrap.
Yeah, ours is in the kitchen, and we could go down in the den to talk on the phone to keep from everyone hearing your conversation.
That's right. Then you could tell if someone else picked up the other phone.
I'm like, who picked up the phone? I'm on the line.
I remember them days. And then I remember when they came out with the cordless.
Yep.
And then you had some status if you had a cordless phone. I'll tell you what.
Oh, God.
You might have arrived. Did they always have call waiting? They didn't have call waiting first, did they?
No. They came with that later in life because your phone line used to be busy.
They don't even know what that sounds like anymore. I'm going to put that on my answer machine. On my voicemail on my phone. We ain't got an answer machine. I'm going to put the busy signal on there.
Beep, beep.
Anyway, that was a blast from the past. Since we are going back, it made me think of some things from the past. Anything else from the past you think about?
No.
No?
Mm-mm.
Okay. There's nothing.
Not right now.
Okay. It'll come to you in a minute.
Yeah.
So, did you think about this at all, this topic, before we decided to talk about it?
I did.
Oh.
Yeah. Did you think about it? Obviously you didn't.
I didn't. I didn't until we just hit the button. So I'm going to let you start us off.
Oh, okay.
Since you got some things you thought about.
Yeah.
Let's hear your thoughts.
So I was thinking, what would I tell my single self before marriage? Some of the stuff I cannot say I would tell my single self because of how I started and when I started, but I was thinking about tell your single self to really know who you are as a person before going into a marriage. You know, you are an individual and then you're coming together as a couple. So really know who you are as a person. Before I was 33 when I got married. So that's why I said some of this, I had already
figured out.
grown into.
Okay.
So, but know who you are as a person. Don't look for your spouse to complete you. Your spouse can't complete you. They can complement you.
Okay.
You got to be complete in yourself, knowing who you are, where you want to go. Because when you get into a marriage, sometimes people have a tendency of losing themselves within a marriage and forget about like, oh my God, who am I as a person? I'm losing my whole identity, because sometimes in marriage, you get married, you have children. Sometimes it happens right off the bat. Sometimes it doesn't. Some wait 5 years, whatever, how many years. But when you get into it, you become that wife, you become that mother, you have your career or whatever you have going on, and you have a tendency of losing yourself. Don't lose yourself within a marriage. Always know who you are, and it's okay to know, who you are, and have goals that you already have set. Travel the world.
Prior to marriage?
Prior to marriage. And you can do it within your marriage, but, it gets a little harder once you get married and, you start having children and things. But travel the world. Do things you want to do. And while you're in your waiting season, write down your goals. Write down the things you want to see in your spouse. Pray for that spouse before you get married. The Bible said, write your vision, make it plain. I know some people have a whole laundry list of what they want their husband to be like or what they want their wife to be like. And, some people are like, well, do I settle? I don't know. It depends on what's on your list that you're willing to, I don't know. But travel the world. Pray for your spouse, before you get married. And if you have some childhood traumas, not even childhood traumas, some past hurts, experiences, whatever, talk about those things. It's okay to go to counseling. It's okay to talk to someone. So go get help before going into a marriage with those things.
That was good. No, you hit a lot of things. I was going to go back to some of them, and we may come back to some of them so I can kind of interview you a little bit and get some more thoughts behind it. I know you're looking surprised. Like
interview me.
Yeah, I can't interview me. Mark, what you think? Well,
yeah, Mark, what do you think?
No, that's you interviewing me. You talking about me interviewing me. No, I got to sit there. Hey, Mark, what you think about this? Well, Mark, what I think is that such and such. No, I can't do that. So let me hit a couple things, and then we'll turn this more into a discussion. So one of the things, as you were talking, I thought about was take some time to be a little selfish. And when I mean selfish, I mean do what you want to do, when you want to do it, how you want to do it, so that compromise isn't hard
right
when you do get married. Because not that you can't do what you want to do when you want to do, but you have to take that other person's consideration in those things. You talked about traveling and things of that nature. Of course, you can do that when you get married,
yes.
especially before kids. You got 2 incomes now, you can maybe a little easier. But, when you're married, you got to consider, hey, what you have going on before. Now, work, you still got to do the same thing if it's for work. So I would say that selfishness, I would say if you have an opportunity, live on your own if you can. Which you'll learn a lot about yourself living on your own. And I never had the opportunity to live on my own before we got married. I always had a roommate, or I was in school, or I had a roommate. And so I never.
That's kind of living.
To a
It's
degree.
not living with, your parents or whatever. You were on your own. It's just you had someone in that house with you, but you still were on your own.
I agree with that, but there's some compromise when you have a roommate as well.
Yeah.
And it may not be the same as a spouse, but if you can, whether it's 6 months to a year, live on your own, and you'll see. The reason I say that is you'll get a chance to experience quietness, which allows you to think on your own. You'll experience, and you can do that with a roommate, but I just think you can do it more when you're on your own.
Right.
So experience that solitude and see if you're junky, or see if you're blah, 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 dirty. Let's just see if you're clean. See what your likes are. What
I'm going to say, I don't know if you can see that yourself. There are people that live by themselves, don't think they're junky until they get into a relationship. They didn't realize,
You just cut my whole list off. I let you have your list.
Sorry.
It's my list.
Go ahead.
See, compromise.
Continue.
You have to you see what I'm saying? But I understand. I hear you. I understand what you're saying. You may not. I mean, like a hoarder doesn't know they're a hoarder until someone walks in and
Right.
says, "You're a hoarder." I can't even get through the front door. Yeah, I mean, but besides, hopefully, you're not a hoarder or just a sloth or whatever you are. Live on your own until
experience. Yes,
help
absolutely.
comes or an intervention with a camera, TV crew comes and rescues you out of your mess. A couple other things. Let me think through. Maybe find some hobbies that you enjoy on your own.
I was gonna say,
not necessarily on your own, but find some things that you enjoy so you can bring that to the marriage.
Mm-hmm.
I would say date.
I was gonna say that, but I didn't want to say that.
Yeah, you can say date. I mean, some people, high school sweetheart, and they know it's them. But when I say date, I mean meet other people, explore things, meaning have conversations so that you can understand things from a different perspective. Okay, is what I mean. And I'm not saying be out there just willy-nilly, just,
right.
Just.
Especially if you saved.
Yeah, all of it. Even if you ain't, don't open that box. If you can keep that box closed, whatever that is, keep it closed as long as you can. It eliminates a lot of stuff when we're talking sexually, of course. But I think, having relationships, I would say make sure you have relationships with the opposite sex. And relationships, I'm meaning platonic relationships, friends of the opposite sex that can check you, that can help you see things from a different perspective. A couple other things I would say is understand how you spend money as a single person and try to get a hold on what good money habits are. Try to develop good money habits before you get married so that you bring those into the marriage and continue them into the marriage. Volunteer, do a lot of things that bring you joy, challenge you, stretch you before you get married so that you can bring those experiences into the marriage. And I don't know what else. I mean, I'm sure there's a bunch of other things that you should do, which you should tell your single self. You mentioned, pray for your spouse. You mentioned pray for your future spouse. I would say, as well, pray for yourself so that you can be a good,
yes, absolutely,
a good future spouse. And I would talk to married couples that you.
I was about to say that.
Oh, you weren't gonna say it.
I was going to say that.
Right,
I was going to say yes, but I was letting you finish
Okay,
first.
all right. I'm gonna stop after this one.
No,
So,
but you're good.
talk to other married people. Some that have
a long time.
Yeah, some that's been married a long time. Talk to some that's short. Talk to folks that have had failed marriages and ask them, if they would share why. Talk to some that may be on the rocky road and see, why, what happened, what are some leading factors to that. So I would say just do your due diligence on your own, and that'll help you understand what marriage is and what marriage isn't. But just know that that's their situation. Of course, it may not be yours when you do get married. Go ahead. Sue.
Another thing I was going to say too, don't rush it. I know I wanted to be married in my 20s, and I know sometimes I feel like, am I ever going to get married? I felt that way. And then I was like, you know what? God does have someone for me. So I just had to be patient and don't rush it.
That's good. Yeah, I didn't want to be married in my 20s. I wanted to be married early 30s. And sometimes that doesn't line up with that person. And it didn't line up your part. It didn't line up for you. And, I think back when we dated, you were ready a long time before I was. I was fortunate and blessed that you waited for me. That necessarily doesn't always happen, but it did happen in our case. And so just because you're a little older than me.
Not a cougar.
I'm just playing. But you're a little older than me, so it didn't line up. But I like what you said, don't rush it. And that's, I think, what happened. No, I don't think. I got to quit saying that. I know that's a part of what happened with me is I just did not want to get married. And my mind wasn't right. My heart wasn't right. You were right. I wasn't right. And you'll hear that all the time. It's not you, it's me. And that might be actually true with people, but don't rush it.
Don't rush it.
Because when you rush into something, it may not sustain. It may not be sustainable.
Yeah.
That was a good one. I like that. You mentioned about the lists and having what your future spouse is, and I would make sure as you look at that list, because I agree with that, see how much of it is physical and then how much of it is mental and how much of it is spiritual and emotional, because the physical is going to change.
Oh, yeah.
And, whether it's appearance, the body style, the shape, the height, the weight, any of those things can change. The mental, every category,
all of it can
change. But what you want to do is you want to think about what is the lasting
right
trait throughout all of those. And you should maybe think about someone that you said compliments, and I would think opposite. They say opposites attract.
Mm-hmm.
So that compliments you in your ways. If you're a quiet person, you don't necessarily want someone loud, or maybe you do, that can pull you out of that. So I wouldn't tell my future self that. I mean, I didn't want nobody loud. All of it didn't work out. But it's the right kind of loud.
I'm not loud in a ghetto way.
No.
It's just when we get together, my family, we're just loud together. We have so much fun, though. You love it.
Yeah, I love it. At a certain volume. No, I'm just kidding.
Whatever.
Yeah, loud is a subjective. It's not loud where you're out in the grocery store. I told you. Nah,
right.
Now, I will say, I'm just going to divert us for a second. We empty nesters. And now that our kids came back home for a holiday or for a couple of days,
mm-hmm.
it just got loud in here. It's like these.
It's not even us.
No, it's not us.
Being loud. It's them.
Yeah, gracious almighty. Okay, sorry about that. I'm trying to think of a couple of other things you said. You said some really good ones. Maybe get rooted and grounded in. For those that are spiritual, get rooted and grounded in that, and.
Yep, definitely.
That's important because
very important.
If you're rooted and grounded and you find someone that is not, you got to think about how that's going to work out.
Mm-hmm.
And it's very hard to pull somebody into something that they don't want to be a part of. Right. It is very difficult to do that, and so you want to keep that in consideration when you think about it. And then you said goals.
Yes.
So I would tell my single self to sit down and talk about my goals and listen to my future spouse's goals, or my potential spouse's goals, and see if they align. We talked to this last episode, we talked about children or not. That may be one that there's just no alignment, and you don't want to kick the can down too far, and then it doesn't line up. It could be, what are you content with, or where do you see yourself here? So I would say, set goals. I would tell my self to set goals, which we do. We always can get better at it, but we do.
I know you mentioned children. Also think about, do I want someone that already has children? And that's a big thing. Some people don't want a spouse that have children.
That's right. But that's I would tell my future self. Because I think I was that way. It wasn't that I didn't want it. If I could avoid it, I could. But that didn't happen. And it worked out perfectly. That wasn't just a hard stop. For me, it was something that, unique situation where I knew our daughter before she knew who she was. So it was very unique. That worked out really well for us. I would tell, don't put too much weight on their family, but make sure that you understand their family dynamics.
But that is a big thing to think about to your future self. Think about in-laws and family, because it is big. Even though they're not the core, it's you two and your family, whatever family you guys create together. But it does play a role in that. So,
And it
yeah.
can play a big role or a little role, depending on you, how you set your boundaries, how you set your things up. So you want to be cautious of that.
Right.
And I would also tell myself to be flexible. Don't be so stringent that you're not pliable. And when I mean pliable, that you can't learn, that you can't
Continue to learn.
continue to learn. You
Yeah.
can't adjust. You can't
Yeah.
be shaped in ways. You can't bring new experiences that you didn't consider. You can't learn not to sit on a comforter with outside clothes.
Those are things he learned. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I learned. You got to learn what's important.
God.
Like in a disagreement, what's important? Talk to yourself about
Right.
that. Like what are some, what do they call them? Non-negotiables.
Non-negotiables. I was going to say that with that list. What are your non-negotiables? So, you have to talk to your future self. What are my non-negotiables? Don't make it, like he say, be so stringent. And I'm not saying settle. That's not what I'm saying. But don't make it so stringent that you're missing out on that person that could be the one.
That's right. If they're not, for the ladies, if they're not 6'4", I don't want them. That's a whole bunch of 5'7" dudes. I'm sure they are. I ain't 5'7", but I'm sure there's some out there that make a good spouse. So, this doesn't. I hope that this caught some of your attention. It is. Well, let me back up before we close this thing out. I'm gonna share something that I know I used to. I grew up in a household. Oh man, I didn't mean to do that. My parents are still married today, and your parents are still married today.
Mm-hmm.
And even in seeing, their marriages, I had the twisted view of what I thought marriage, and it wasn't because I seen this. It's just I used to always think that it was a ball and chain type deal, and it.
Why did you think that?
I don't know. I don't know if it was movies or talking to dudes that had bad marriages. It wasn't that. So the reason I'm bringing that up is you have to. What I would tell my single self is that marriage is good, and especially if you marry the right person. And so I think that was part of my hesitation, is that I thought I would lose myself in a marriage, and you actually gain more when you're married to the right person. I 100% agree with that. And I was going somewhere else with that, and I lost my train of thought. I don't remember, but I don't know what it was. It'll come back to me.
Yeah, that's with knowing yourself.
I know what it was. I would also tell my single self that don't look to movies and things like that to portray what a true marriage is. And that's why you talk to others that are in marriages. Mm-hmm. You ask tough questions of people. What does communication look like? What does XYZ look like? I used to think, man, it's got to be great to sleep in a bed with a woman every night. I mean, you just going to be having just, and then you get married, like, wait, I got to go to work. I mean, while that's fun and but that's just not the reality of things.
It's not.
Yeah, what they say, what was the old folks used to say, marriages ain't just about that horizontal mambo. You ever heard that before?
No.
Yeah, they used to say it ain't about horizontal. I'm like, no, it ain't. You got vertical, you got sideways, you got all kinds. But you have to think past physical is my point, right? Yeah. You got to think past the physical things of marriage. While those are benefits of connecting and intimacy, and all those things are wonderful in marriage, there's other things that complement your marriage that are very important, because at some point you've got to be able to do more than just that. So tell your single self that you want someone that is going to, challenge you, push you, grow you. We mentioned all these before, but I just can't stress it enough. You look for that person that will complete you, and to me, no matter what side you're on, it's your rib.
That's right.
It's your rib. It's that person that completes you, and
That compliments you.
Yeah, it compliments you. I like that. That's a good one. Anything else you want to add to this, sweetie?
No.
This was an easy one. I'm glad you started us off. Well, if you have some topics that you want us to talk about in season 2, we've got 4 more episodes. Well, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, 4 more. I count to 10. Yeah, so 4 more episodes in season 2. We are going to have some more couples join us for our couples conversation as well. But if you have some topics that you want us to discuss, let us know. Put in the comments, shoot us a message. We would gladly welcome some of those things, so that we can discuss them, and we'll do the research on some of the things that we don't know about and then bring it to the table. So until next time on Through It All, I've got you with Mark and Sharanda. Take care.
Take care.